What's up, Peep Squad? Peep Squad is in the building, baby. What's going on? Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my people, let's just talk about, Dr. Dre and his new situation with Apryl Jones. Let's talk about Nicole Young. She is out here subpoenaing, Dr. Dre's mistresses, and she is upset that they are wearing her clothes and they are posing on Instagram and disrespecting her. And Dr. Dre is still trying to abuse her from a distance, basically having these women in their former marital home posted up in her clothes, in her closet, and basically sending a FU to her to make her feel bad. Like, yo, this is the house we raised our children in, and the clothes and the jewelry and the furs and the clothes that you left behind, the other women are going to take, and they're going to get much, much more. Ooh, Nicole Young is feeling a certain type of way. She wants to get up in that Malibu home and get her things because she's feeling a certain type of way having these ladies pose in her clothes, her used clothes. And Nicole Young made it clear that these clothes were in a seated, temperature controlled closet, and she don't appreciate the disrespect that this man done did and showed her, and he continued to show her that he didn't give a damn. You may have spent 24 years, but you was just his side piece too as well. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Dr. Dre is way too much. He is using his power, and he's out here trying to still get into her head and make her feel less than. That's how he get down. But in any event, let's just get to Dr. Dre and his situation. And Dr. Dre, I don't know how you can call that yours, but in any event, it is what it is. And let's get into Dr. Dre's son. Let's talk about Dr. Dre's son, Andre Young Jr. He left this earth, rest in peace, rest in power, August of 2008, and allegedly over an overdose. And he went home, he went to bed, and he didn't wake up again. And his brother Curtis Young is posting him in remembrance of his brother. But his brother Andre Young Jr., when he was 20, I believe, or 18, his mom was trying to get child support from Dr. Dre, and she was petitioning the courts for $5,000. And Dr. Dre said he was only going to pay $500 in child support, and she never received any money from Dr. Dre, and her son is deceased. You gonna tell me that's the man that you want to stand next to? That's the man that you want to be around? Come on. And then you also have Dr. Dre's daughter, Latanya Young. She hasn't seen her father in a decade, and she got children. So Dr. Dre got grandchildren out here he hasn't spoken to, he hasn't seen, and he hasn't cared less about them, but yet he can build his wife a cedar closet with controlled temperature, give her $2 million while he is on his deathbed, because he had an aneurysm. You gonna tell me this is the man that you want to stick with? This is the man that you spent 24 years with? Okay, so you won't get what you deserve. And that's why Dr. Dre is having these ladies out here model in your clothes and basically telling you that, whatever you gave him, whatever you did wasn't ish. And he can cut you off and cut the children off that you had together because he has done it before. Lord have mercy. What do these ladies get into? And also, when we talk about Dr. Dre's daughter, her mother is beautiful too as well. Dr. Dre hasn't had beautiful women in a long time. Once he got with Nicole Young in 1996 and they got married, look at Latanya Young's mother. She is beautiful. She is a dime piece, baby. It is what it is. And let's talk about Michelle. Michelle was a dime piece, and he was dating her back in the, late 90s, early 90s, and everything else like that. And he had some beautiful women back then, back in the day, the late 80s, early 90s. And then he went on to Nicole Young, and she got a strong face, baby. When I say a strong face, she's like she can take a hit to the chin. Her chin looks double strong. Her chin looks like she got a jockey strap on her mouth. Like, what's going on with this situation? So when it comes to Apryl Young, Dr. Dre definitely upgraded when it comes to the look and the beauty department, because back in the late 80s, early 90s, he did have dime piece, but he settled for whatever. what they look like. And he know April's a dime piece. And Apryl Jones has perfected her charisma, how her attentiveness, and how she gonna treat a man, how she gonna keep a man, and everything else like that. You don't think she knows what to do with Dr. Dre, what he likes and what he don't like, how she gonna satisfy him to get what she needs to get? Because Apryl Jones always wanted a career, in entertaining, where it was acting or it was singing too as well. Once she got introduced to the limelight with Omarion, even though Apryl Jones says Omarion forced her to be on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood to help his image and build his brand, because people were saying that he was gay. You know how the young boys were going around saying B2 gay, only because they were jealous, because the women loved B2K. Everybody in the group was fine. Everybody looked good in the group. All the older women loved him. The younger women loved him to love B2K. So it is what it is. And if he was gay, why the hell is he with Apryl? And he got 2 kids with Apryl. You know what I mean? It don't make no sense. So he didn't just get with Apryl just because he became into B2K. He got with Apryl because he felt her. He loved her. He had children with her. And he wanted her to be a certain way. He didn't want her to be a clout chaser. He didn't want her to bring any negativity already to the group and to B2K or to the image that he was trying to portray. But Apryl Jones was like, oh, you open me up to this world of Hollywood, baby. And I see how people treat you. I see the attention that you get. I see how the doors are opening for you. Apryl Jones wanted them doors to open for her too as well. Omarion didn't want to share that fame with her. He didn't want to share the limelight with her. He didn't help her get on when she wanted to get on, whether she could sing or not. There's a lot of people that sing, rap, and make songs that ain't ish. But it is what it is. And so Apryl Jones is out here throwing shots at Omarion at the same damn time, talking about that she had to film with him and forced to, and she couldn't be herself. It was a controlled situation. And once she got rid of Omarion, or once he got rid of her, the true Apryl Jones came out. She seen a niche. She seen that she was beautiful. She seen that she can get attention. She seen that people like her. She seen that she had a fan base. And baby, she wanted to go to the stars. And she might go to the stars when it comes to Dr. Dre. But the stars that she might go to might be the stars when she passed out, because, she got a left and a right. But in any event, Dr. Dre can actually make her career. He made Eminem. He made 50 Cent, The Game, Dog Pound, NWA. He didn't make them, but he was a part of that, and he promoted it too as well. And he was the producer. He made beats. He did all this other good stuff. He worked with Snoop Dogg. He was at Death Row. He was with everybody that are all A-listers. And Dr. Dre is a billionaire, baby. So right now, Apryl Jones is counting her eggs. Hopefully, she get to where she want to get in this situation. But in any event, if she can say that allegedly she was like a beard for Omarion, what do you think she gonna do for Dre? She gonna give Dre everything that he wants and then some. She knows how to do what she needs to do. She perfected it. She knows what he wants, how he wants it, and she gonna give it to him because she wants something in return. And this is why Dr. Dre treat these women so bad, because he knows that they don't want him because of his looks. They don't want him because he's charismatic or he has a good attitude. No, they want the money, they want the fame, and also the people opening up the door for them. They get the red carpet, people treating them like they are queens, baby, because they are married to a legend or they're dating a legend. So therefore they're willing to take anything and everything, because Nicole Young was with Dr. Dre for 24 years and she put up with him cheating, having these mistresses here and there. She knows their name, she knows who they are, they're posting up in her house. So you're gonna tell me she didn't know? She's talking about Dr. Dre had kids out here on her too as well. So she knew. She kept quiet because she was building up a case for 24 years, and at the end of the day, she knew Dr. Dre was going to make it. He was going to be even bigger than what he was when she met him in 1996, baby. And now Dr. Dre is a billionaire, and she wants part of that $1 billion that he built. Not that she built, that he built. Yes, he mistreated her, he cheated on her and everything else like that, and allegedly domestic violence, allegedly all this stuff he did to her. But that still doesn't mean that she deserved half of $1 billion. You know what I mean? Shit. She was like the mistress for 24 years too as well. So it is what it is with that situation. So you guys let me know what you think about all that. I mean, that's a crazy situation. And, Nicole Young knew what type of man Dr. Dre was, because allegedly, Dr. Dre's daughter said that she talked to, Nicole Young on the phone, and Nicole Young told her, don't call her anymore. You ain't gonna never see your father again. So therefore she wanted Dr. Dre to have no parts with his children, and she made sure that didn't happen. What wife, is okay with their husband, not having a relationship with their children? Because that says a lot about that man. That means that he would dog you out, he would mistreat you, and he would take everything from you, leave you on the side of the curve and side on the streets. And she knows that, but she was a part of him being no good and disloyal to his children and treating his children like shit that he had before her. And so she was part of that, and now she's reaping what Dr. Dre was giving them. But only in this event, Nicole Young ain't gonna be poor. Nicole Young is gonna get that money. Nicole Young is rich. She's already a millionaire, and his children are out here suffering. His children, are living, barely. It's from hand to mouth, the way that his children are living, and his grandchildren are living too as well. They're not living as comfortable. You got Dr. Dre giving Nicole $2 million on his deathbed. She wants $2 million. He's paying for her living expense. Of course it's just she his wife, but he's also paying for her mother, her maids, her assistants, everything else, her attorneys. But he can't give his children $1 or 15 cents. Tell me what type of man that is. That is the most grimiest that you can think of. Like, you got it. Like, it won't even hurt you to throw your children $100K, and that is small compared to what you got and what you giving to Nicole. You giving Nicole, almost $263,000 a month. You're giving her mother $193,000 a month, and you can't give your grandchildren, your children, a penny. Lord have mercy. When it rains on you, Dr. Dre, God ain't done with you yet, baby. It ain't over. It ain't over. You gonna get it. But in any event, Apryl Jones, compared to what Dr. Dre used to be with, is a dime piece. Compared to, the ladies that the woman that he married, oh Lord, she is strong in the face. When it comes to, these young ladies that he used to be with, Jillian Spears, she ain't got nothing on Apryl Jones. She ain't got shit on Michelle. When it comes to the look department, because all these ladies is about their looks and their bodies and how Dr. Dre can use them. He's not with them because they're charismatic, they got charisma. No, because they would do anything and everything that he says and how to do it. And plus, they're bright, and it makes him feel like, shit, I'm a billionaire. My skin color need to change at the same damn time, if you ask me. And also, he was with Sierra, he was with Crystal, he's with Jillian, and these are his, side pieces, and the side pieces are saying that they are not online posting, and Nicole Young's attire, because they are with him and they got their own shit. And that's why Nicole Young is out here trying to subpoena, their financial records. She want to know what house, what properties, what he brought for these ladies. And damn well Dr. Dre didn't put shit in his name. And he hid that. He's still from the streets. He still know the hood. He still know what to do. He know what to tell his lawyers and his accountants what to do. But in any event, Nicole's gonna be all right. And this is the other lady from Baltimore, Crystal Rogers, that Dr. Dre is with, one of his Mistress too as well. And all his Mistress got attorneys, and they are refusing to testify in court. They are not, following under any subpoena that Nicole Young has sent them. They don't want no parts in it. They're still getting money. They're still getting bank from Dr. Dre. And plus, they could be scared of Dr. Dre too as well. You seen how Dr. Dre done ran Moniece Slaughter off the block. Moniece Slaughter is basically like, nah, baby. Moniece Slaughter is like, nah, baby. I ain't talking about Dr. Dre no more. She is scared. She done ran. She said she's retiring for a little bit from social media. So it is what it is. And then this is the other one, Kili Anderson, that Dr. Dre is with too as well. These are his mistresses, and they don't got nothing on Apryl Jones. They don't even look close to Apryl Jones. So you already know Dr. Dre is smitten with Apryl Jones, because he hasn't had a beautiful, beautiful woman in a long time. So you guys let me know what you think about this situation. I was like, shit, it is going down in this situation. Apryl Jones, done hit the lottery. At the same damn time, she better make sure she has on her attire, when it comes to being a goalie and soccer, a goalie in hockey. She has on her protective gear. She can slide up and down a pole. She better be able to slide up out of a house quick and fast, slide up out of a window. But I don't believe Apryl Jones is even worried about that type of situation, because she has her eyes on the prize. And abuse and domestic violence is nothing new to Apryl Jones, which is sad because she grew up in it. Her mother abandoned her. Her mother left her on the side. Her mother done left her with her grandmother. She's seen her mother choose men over her. She was in an abusive child. She had an abusive childhood too as well. She was really neglected as a child. Her mother just bounced and left her. So therefore, she's a broken woman too as well. And she done been through the pain, and she done grew up with domestic violence. So when it comes to Dr. Dre, it's nothing new. It's just a sad situation, which, some people are willing to put up with anything, to have their dreams come true. And then they might realize that dream that they wanted ain't ish. But in the meantime, in between time, Apryl Jones is doing what she needs to do to get to where she needs to go. And the men before couldn't do it. Omarion couldn't do it. Fizz couldn't do it. The Game couldn't do it. Ryan Henry couldn't do it. ASAP Rocky couldn't do it. And Dr. Dre definitely can do it. He can build her career. He can put a machine behind her and be on top, baby. So that's what Apryl is banking on. So it is what it is. So you guys let me know what you think about this situation. I was like, Lord.